beta banana, guys. The newest 117, the first 117. Look at the new mix-up. Amethyst Geodes, all kinds of new blocks, raw ores. Guys, let's do this right now. Hey there guys, Skippy here from Skippy 6 Gaming. Guys, coming to you, guys, I forgot Spyglass. That's right, Spyglass. Guys, the newest Bedrock Beta 1.17.0.50 is out now. There is new stuff in the game. Guys, how exciting is this? We have Amethyst Geodes, we have raw ore, we have a few other changes in the game, and some other new blocks that we are going to discuss. Guys, consider subscribing to the channel if you like Minecraft update news, tutorials, and general Minecraft Bedrock good stuff. So this is actually the first change of number, so we're moving to the first 1.17. So if you've been living under a rock in the Minecraft world, the next cave update's been moved into 2 updates. All the cave stuff's going to generate in the second update and in the first one. So we have now we have a 117 and we have a 118 coming. So 117 new number is going to be all the new blocks and such. And yeah, so this is going to be the first step into that one here. So what we're going to do right here, guys, is I have a link to the changelog in the description below. Read it if you want, or just listen to me. It's a pretty big one. It's about 6 pages. I'm going to go through, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to go through every single block one by one. In addition to that, there are new Lush Caves generating, so we're going to find one of those before the end of the video. Yeah, so we're going to check out everything after the video. If not, just skip ahead and go for it. We'll jump into the changelog right now. Okay, so experimental features, guys. Do not open your worlds in the beta. If you want to keep playing them on the regular version, it won't be allowed. If you need to learn how to join or leave the beta, there's a video for that in the description as well. So experimental features, make sure you toggle on all of your experimental features in the settings in order to see this stuff. Guys, Amethyst Geodes. Amethyst Geodes have been added to the game. These huge geodes could be found anywhere in the underground, in the overworld. That's right, only in that dimension. Amethyst Geodes have an outer layer of a new block called Smooth Basalt. Amethyst Geodes have a second layer of another new block called Calcite. Amethyst Geodes have an inner layer of various amethyst blocks. So that's where the new blocks come from, some of them. Calcite, Tough, and Smooth Basalt have been added to the game. Just smelt basalt to obtain smooth basalt. Amethyst Clusters have been added to the game. These clusters of crystals grow from budding amethyst, which can be found inside of geodes. They have 4 growth stages: small, medium, and large, and cluster. Clusters can only grow when they are placed on budding amethyst block. Fully grown amethyst clusters drop amethyst shards, 4 of them or more, with a fortune pickaxe when an iron pickaxe or higher is used. Otherwise, it drops nothing when it's broken. Clusters can be silked touched at any stage. Budding amethyst has been added to the game. On any side of budding amethyst block where there is air or a water source block, a small amethyst bud will eventually grow. Amethyst buds can only grow when attached to budding amethysts, and they will grow until they become amethyst. I don't want to say amethyst anymore. I can't wait to get off this page. Cluster blocks have been added to the game. They come from inside the geodes in 2 ways: a block of amethyst and budding amethyst. All types of amethyst blocks, clusters included, create beautiful sounds when you break them, place them. They make a noise. No matter what you do to them, they go ding, 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 ding. It's almost like a new form of note block. So next page, Tinted Glass. So Tinted Glass has been added to the game. Tinted Glass is a type of glass that does not allow light to pass through. Tinted Glass is crafted by putting a glass block in the middle of 4 amethyst shards. Tinted Glass can be obtained without silk touch. It does not shatter like normal glass, so it's going to stay whole. Guys, how awesome is that? Amethyst Shards have been added to the game. I feel like that's already there, but I guess Amethyst Clusters drop the shards. So this is, I guess, where they're officially announcing the shards, because the shards are used to make the tinted glass. So the spyglass has been added. It can be crafted with copper ingots and an amethyst shard. Camera movement when looking through spyglass is slowed to make it more comfortable to use. The adjustable using the spyglass dampening slider in the settings. So there's a way to set it to make it go faster or lower. I guess sensitivity, kind of like sensitivity. Smelting ore drops, so they added raw copper, raw iron, raw gold. Ores that are smeltable now drop raw item forms in the form of ore instead of the ore block, and this can be smelted just like before. This is to open up the design space for more base stones with ores without cluttering the inventory. and consistency with fortune on all ores. So you're going to get more stuff now because of this. Ore blocks will continue to be smeltable, meaning you can smelt the ore blocks or you can smelt the new ores. Raw ore blocks, they've been added. That's just that. Tuft is also a block that generates in the world at Y levels below 16. So let's see, go down here. Axoloti's tweaks and fixes. It's bucketing an axolotl will no longer unlock the I am a marine biologist achievement. Axolotis are now more likely to spawn. Axolotis will no longer grant themselves regeneration when killing their target. Players now receive experience points after breeding axolotis. Caves, guys, cobwebs no longer generate suspended in the air in mine shafts. Copper surfaces now deoxidize in a more random pattern when struck by lightning. So it's going to be more random. Copper block horizontally placed lightning rods now interact properly with respect to deoxidizing copper blocks. Copper blocks struck by lightning now deoxidize even if there is no lightning rod present. Copper stairs now produce their own unique footstep sounds at positions below Y0. So that's super weird. I don't know where that came from, but I guess we're gonna have to check that out if we remember. Copper deep slate blocks, deep slate bricks, deep slate tiles now give you experience from smelting in a furnace. Cobbled deep slate can now be used as crafting material for tools. So it's just gonna work just like stone, basically, guys. That's how that one works. Furnaces and brewing stands. So whenever stone comes up, basically deep slate is now like cobblestone, more or less, right? I guess black cobblestone. Dripstone, landing on dripstone no longer deals fall damage when game rule fall damage is set to false. Dripstone block now correctly named. Only the tips of stalagmites deal damage, increased fall damage. So a regular stalagmite won't do it. It has to be the pointed part. Cauldrons fill a little bit faster. So they've been speeding that up. Last week we did a little example on this world here, and yeah, they sped it up again. So glow item frame textures no longer inconsistent between Bedrock and Java. Glow item frame now produces redstone signal. So that's weird. Glow item frame. So I guess you can now create, it's like a torch. So it's a torch sign. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Lightning rod is now rendered correctly when held in hand. Throwing a channeling trident at a rod during a thunderstorm now correctly converts nearby mobs. Blocks connected to a lightning rod now correctly conduct redstone signal when the rod is being hit by lightning. Throwing channeling trident at a rod during a thunderstorm now correctly affects villagers. So let's just do this right here. Let's go through. We did E, we did F, and now we just need G right here. So Lush Caves, guys, you can now find the Lush Caves biomes now randomly generate underground. Azalea and flowering azalea leaves now have a chance to drop azalea or flowering azalea when broken. Moss carpet now has block placing sounds. Azalea and flowering azalea now have ambient occlusion. Bone mealing small drip leaves now creates big drip leaves of random height between 1 and 5. Changed witch blocks. Some world generation features can replace with moss blocks and lush ground. Moss blocks can replace dirt, podzol, rooted dirt, stone, cave vines. Lush ground can replace dirt, podzol, rooted dirt, stone, cave vines, clay, moss blocks, sand, and gravel. So basically they're just using whether moss blocks or lush ground, which is like their version of dirt, can replace certain other blocks. So pointed dripstone, guys, if a stalactite is hanging from dripstone block with a water source above it, it will slowly grow both the stalactite from above and a stalactite from below. So the one on the top that has the stuff going through it and dripping is growing, and the one on the bottom is growing. They're going to join eventually. So this is basically just a changes to the pointed dripstone and the way it goes. So it will not grow when it's submerged in fluid is the one thing you got to look there. Bone meal now makes a sound when used, added as distinct damage sounds for burning, freezing, and drowning. Walking sound will now play at positions below Y0. So I'm going to not do the copper stair thing because I feel like that was an error or a glitch that had to do with the copper stairs and H. So now we're on H. I used letters when I separate my talk here. So experimental features that have been moved from behind the toggle. So now you don't have to switch these on to get these things. Powdered snow is now available in creative inventory in the game outside. Most mobs cannot walk on powdered snow, but fall into the block instead. Mobs inside will take damage. Players can protect themselves with leather armor. Buckets can scoop up and place the powdered snow. They can be removed by water and lava. Foxes can walk on it. Exiting a world while being slowed by snow will no longer glitch. Glow Lichen. Bunch of fixes for the Glow Lichen is now available outside the toggle. And yeah, so right there, stuff outside the toggle. Let's just go to our last one here. We're going to just jump in. It's an eye. And it's our technical changes, graphical fixes. QMAP will no longer blink when loading the game. Loading into a world or leaving a world. Fix Strider, Hoglin, Piglin Brute, and spawn eggs turning red when quickly moved inside an inventory. Render Dragon builds. Fixed enchantment glint shape of charged bow and crossbow icons in Render Dragon builds. Items using an axe on wooden blocks turns them into stripped blocks again. Fixed items playing attack and using animations at the same time. Critical hit particles now generate around a mob instead of under it. Vanilla parity. Technical updates, guys. Pause it and read that right there. I see too many dashes, commas, underscores, and yeah, and the word JSON files too much. So yeah, pause it there and let's play the game. So we are in the game, guys. How awesome is this? We've moved my world. So what I did was I just took my whole update area where I explain all the update stuff, and I just moved it far away because we want new generation. Because after I explain this stuff, we're gonna go find ourselves a geode, perhaps, not perhaps, for sure, and we are also going to find ourselves a Lush Cave, because Lush Caves now generate correctly. From what I understand, we're going to go look at that. But first, let's go for the new blocks in the game. So Tinted Glass, let's start with the ones in my inventory. Tinted Glass now is the new block in the game. You're going to make this Tinted Glass by using the Amethyst Shards. So that's what this guy here is for. And then the other bad thing, or the other good thing about Tinted Glass is you don't need Silk Touch to break it. So when you know you have regular glass and you break it, you need Silk Touch to keep it whole. This stays whole all the time. The other thing is it does not let light pass through. So basically what you're going to have is you can make like a mob farm. I guess that's the one way to explain this one is you can make a mob farm out of this and it would actually work. And that would be super cool to do, if you ask me, in my opinion. So let's go. Other than that, we got the Spyglass. That's going to be the other thing that we use these shards for, is this tool. And it's going to help you zoom in on stuff, right? You want to look at the flower? Bang. So basically what it says is that it's slowed. So see how fast we go like this? When we're in here, they slowed you down. Because if we didn't, it would be like just blurs, right? It would be just blurs, but it's a super cool thing. I think we can actually go into settings right here. I don't know where it would be. There's going to be a setting. So I'm not sure exactly where that setting is. I know that it set it though. There should be a setting in here that's going to let you adjust the speed while you're in your view. Because some people might be used to having it the real way, but you can see how fast it goes like this. And now it's not doing that anymore. So let's go to the raw iron ores and stuff. So basically now, in the olden days, you would mine the ores, and then the ores would come in. It would look exactly like the ores, you know, the olden day ores. Iron ore, I don't even think they have them in here anymore. They're probably gone. Yeah, they should be gone. So basically, now when you mine this iron, you're going to get this guy right here. This guy here is the actual iron ore, and then this guy here goes in the smelter. So what you do is you put your iron ore in there, and then you bang, and then you could do this. That way you can keep your inventory more easy to handle, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to just start giving myself room here. I'm not even going to be able to grab myself a structure block very soon. So let's keep going here. So all these ores will now drop these guys here. That way, when you use a fortune pickaxe, you now get more iron. I think in the olden days, it wouldn't give you more iron with a fortune pickaxe. So now, fortune will actually give you more of these things. This is the block form. This is the raw form. And yeah, the end result is the usual iron, gold, and copper that you see. So Amethyst Geodes, guys, this is kind of the topic of conversation. So from what I understand, this guy here is tough, and this guy here is calcite. So one of them comes in the geodes. One of them's in the middle of the geodes. This right here is Amethyst Block. This is budding amethyst. And you could tell it's a budding amethyst, actually, because there's an amethyst growing on the side here. So as long as there's air or water, remember that part of the thing right there? Air or water, amethyst will grow there, a cluster. So the clusters are here. Bang. So these are the clusters too, but you can see this other thing is the noise that they make. So breaking it makes a different noise. Each size makes a different. There's, I bet you, like a whole nother musical, I don't know, thousands of musical notes, because each one makes a different sound when you break it, when you place it, when it shatters. There's all kinds of different noises. So I think at the end of the day, basically that's all the stuff that generates and creates geodes, in addition to smooth basalt. So this is the smooth basalt right here. Smooth basalt, you get it by smelting. Guess we gotta get rid of this. We gotta get rid of this. You get that by smelting regular basalt. I thought I had some regular basalt. I should. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, you get that from just smelting regular basalt, and you can get smooth basalt, or it'll be in the geodes. So we went through all of the new blocks right here. How awesome is that? So now we're just gonna try to, basically, we just want to do two things. We want to look at a best idea of a lush cave, and we're going to look for a geode. So what I'm going to do right here is, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I think I'm going to put on a x-ray pack probably, and do my best to try to find these things. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of just dug down. We didn't find a geode as of yet, but basically we are in our first kind of resemblance of a lush cave, because you can see we have our new water level. So we have our axolotis, of course, right here. We have our deep slate. We have all of our stuff. But you can tell that there is an independent water level in this cave system, and it's right there, right? So this water level does not go further deeper. This water level for this cave system is right here. And then basically everything travels down, down, down. So hopefully we see a geode. Honestly, that's why I was like, you know what? I'm like, basically what I'm going to do is either do this. We're going to do this and find a geode, or I'm just going to put an actual geode on the screen and we'll look at it, because I feel like that's probably a million-year hunt looking for a geode. But so again, we're at its own cave level. We're back up at the beginning here again. So let's see if we can go deeper and deeper. We got some diamonds, surface diamonds. And yeah, so guys, this looks pretty cool. Let's do our coordinates so you can see. I want to just do the coordinates so you guys can see how deep we are. So we're at -9, right? So, I mean, that's -9. Go even deeper. So it only goes about 40 deeper than that, and that's pretty cool. But you can see that they're starting with the glow lichen. So we have lichen here. So again, that glows. So let's do this. Watch. You're going to be able to see a good example of what the glow lichen does right here. And now you can see a little example, right? That glow lichen makes it, you know, a little easier to see. You can see there's a little bit right here. So that's lava. You can see that's lighting up the caves just a little bit down the hall. Look, one placed in the right spot. And over here, we got a huge open area filled with lava, guys. These lush caves are pretty cool. And there you go. We got some of this stuff already here. Bang. Dripstone blocks. So you guys are about to see something super awesome. I'm going to put my night vision back on because I could tell this is a cool cave already. And there you go, guys. How awesome is this? These are basically what the new cave generation is supposed to be. So again, take it lightly, because this is basically the changes that are supposed to occur at Christmas time. So one of the fixes was there's not going to be any more cobwebs. Just randomly floating. So I feel like this is broken right here, because I feel like usually there's way more cobwebs. Oh, there's some in there. So I think maybe the generation of cobwebs in between the aquifers, I guess is what they're called, might be different. But I guess it might be also easier to mine, because look, you know what I've noticed is that we've seen several diamonds. Look, diamonds, 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 diamonds. Man, I don't know if they've actually switched the actual generation of all the other stuff, but it looks super cool, guys. This little cave system right here, I'm glad I found it. So what we're going to do is actually just put a geode on the screen. I'm going to put a geode on the screen. It's easier like that. It's actually straight from the game files or whatever. So you can see as we go through this, basically the geodes are going to have, it looks like an egg with a hard outer layer coming to the middle with all of the geodes in the center. Some of the new blocks, or all of the new blocks anyway, more or less. Whoa, what's that? Holy cow. The heck? So I think this might be an error or something. Very, very cool world for sure. You can see the chains taking them all the way up to the top. Yeah, super crazy and awesome, guys. I think we'll leave it at that. Don't forget to smash that like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you check out these generations, guys. Wow, so awesome. Dude, this room, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, because that's not supposed to be like that, I don't think. But very cool. Catch you on the next one.